Okay, so I've noticed there's quite a lot of bearish sentiment in the market at the moment due to the political stuff and the stuff with the Fed. And a lot of people think that, we won't get an altcoin season, it's just Bitcoin by itself this time and all that stuff. So, yeah, and at the end of the day, I think this is all short-term noise, especially, with the political stuff and the stuff with the Fed. It's all short-term noise. It's more, if you're doing a lot of short-term trades, then obviously you need to keep up with this stuff so that you can make your decisions on the fly, right? But if you're buying and holding in the long term, this is, it's all just, it causes short-term price fluctuations, but in the long term, it's you can't predict everything that they're going to do that far ahead. So, there's no point in over-analysing it really. So, yeah. So in this video, I'm just going to talk about a few interesting reasons why the market is still bullish, and I think the altcoin season is still going to come, probably in 2025. So watch until the end. Also drop a like and subscribe to keep up to date with my future videos. And yeah, so first off, here's why I think that Bitcoin will go higher, and then after that I'll talk about why the altcoin season is going to come. So the first big reason is the Bitcoin strategic reserve, right? So if Trump decides that the USA is going to start buying Bitcoin for their strategic reserves, then other countries are going to compete with them, and there's going to be like a gold rush for Bitcoin. Okay, so if that happens, the price is going to go up a lot, obviously. So that's the main big reason. And yeah, and then based on the 4-year cycle, right? If we just look back at this previous cycle, so 2021, measure from the halving to the top, okay? Stick this over here from this halving. That takes us to October time, okay? So we're nowhere near that point yet. Come back to this cycle back here. Grab that from the halving to the top. To the top. Okay, bring that over here. It's basically the same, pretty much the same. This one leads us into the end of September, early to October, basically, and this one leads us into October. So basically October, we're nowhere near that point yet. So based on the 4-year cycle, we're going up, and if the strategic reserve comes in, we're going mega up. So yeah, there's those two. And here's something interesting that I found as well. Going to the monthly chart. So the monthly RSI for Bitcoin, right, has got a massive bearish divergence, right? So it's the all-time high was here in 2013, in 2017 it was here, 2021 it was here. So the trend line, we're nowhere near the trend line yet. So if this plays out, then we've got another nice big pump left in the tank, right? And based on the 4-year cycle time frames, we've got another big pump left in the tank. So it adds up. There's some confluence there, right? So yeah, this is pretty much why I think that, why Bitcoin's still going to go up. And yeah, I'm sticking to my guns on it, right? So yeah, it's looking good. And so yeah, and the reason that I think we get an altcoin season then is, obviously, a lot of people think that we won't get an altcoin season because it's all institutional money coming into Bitcoin right now, right? And obviously in the previous cycles, Bitcoin had retail piling in, and then people took profits. Retail took profits, and then they moved the profits into altcoins, right? And then the profits moved into smaller altcoins over time, right? Well, obviously in this cycle it is a lot of institutional money, but there is retail as well. And obviously back here, obviously before the ETFs came in, it was all retail. So retail are buying back here, so they're going to be in profits up here. There's going to be a lot of retail in profits up here. Now once it gets higher, they'll take profits, right? And there is still retail buying as well. Even though it is a lot of institutional money, there are still retail buying in as well. So there is some retail there, and they'll continue to be more, right? So yeah, there is some retail money there that will move into altcoins. And also we've got altcoin ETFs potentially coming out this year, right? So if we just look on here, I just typed in altcoin ETFs in Google, right? So Litecoin ETF approval likely in 2025 with a 90% chance. So 90% is a pretty high number. So if we get Litecoin ETF, you know, and down here I'm pretty sure all of these are trying to get ETFs. Dogecoin's trying to get an ETF. I think they've got a pretty high percentage. I think it's like 75% or something. You know, XRP and Solana are trying to get an ETF as well. So yeah, that's crazy. If altcoins are going to get an ETF and they're going to pump a lot, like Bitcoin did, right? Then this is the cycle happening. It's happening with ETFs. Bitcoin ran first, and then the large caps are getting ETFs. They're going to pump, and obviously retail are already in these coins, right? There are retail in these coins. There's people and whales and stuff. They're holding these. So if the ETFs come and start buying these up, there's going to be a lot of retail and whales and stuff in profit, and they're going to take their profits out of these large cap altcoins and then put them into the lower cap altcoins. Okay, and again the same thing with the Bitcoin. You know, there is going to be retail buying at the same time as well as the ETFs buy, and the price goes up. There's going to be retail FOMOing in as well, and then the money's going to fall out of these and then into the small caps. The small caps are the last things to move, right? It happens, like that's just how it goes. Like in the last cycle as well. In the last cycle, altcoin season started over here, right? Bitcoin pumped first, and then they took money out of Bitcoin here, and then that went into altcoins, and then yeah, altcoins pumped, and then the small cap altcoins pumped after the large cap altcoins. So yeah, now it's happening the same thing. Bitcoin's pumping with the ETFs, and potentially soon with the strategic reserve, and then altcoins are going to pump with the ETFs, and then money's going to pile into those. I mean, it's just, even if it doesn't go crazy this year, it's gonna happen. I think it probably is going to have a really good 2025 based on the 4-year cycle and everything, like I'm just talking about. But even if it doesn't go super crazy this year, I think it's going to continue to go great. Like, you know, there might be little mini corrections. There are going to be like corrections and stuff along the way. But I mean, if the strategic reserves come in and we get all of this regulation for altcoins and stuff, then I don't know, the 4-year cycle could be over and we could just be going up, like slowly. We could be grinding up more slowly, you know. But obviously the smaller cap altcoins could potentially do way bigger, faster gains. So yeah, that's why we like them, right? Obviously with the added risk. So yeah. So yeah, there you go. That's why I think that we still get altcoin season and the market's still bullish. And this is just, there's a lot of bearish market sentiment. So yeah, I just thought I want to say why, you know, not to get too sucked into it, because it's easy to get sucked into the sentiment. So you know, you have to just stick with your guns sometimes, because the last thing you want to do is sell at a loss and then buy back in when the market's pumping, you know. So yeah, there you go. That's it for this video. See you in the next video. Bye bye.